Hello folks, Jason Crispin here, Grazing Acres Farm. 2 days ago I sorted out these two heifer calves and efforts to start weaning them. If you look just over here on the hill, you can see the cattle where they're bale grazing, and here's where the calves are. So they're pretty close to each other. You can notice that the two calves can see the herd very easily. The little bit of reading I've done on weaning cattle, this approach is called two-stage weaning. Basically, the approach is just this. You remove the calves from the herd, keeping them separate. They are not able to get to the herd. They are completely contained. But they are able to see the herd. And this is supposed to be a lot better than just, say, moving the calves to another farm all at once, where then they get a double whammy of stress. The first stress is they're not able to nurse. The second stress is they're not able to see mom. So this two-stage weaning, what it offers is they're able to see their mom, but they're not able to nurse. This is day 3. And you can see that everybody is still very vocal. If you follow my videos much at all, this closest one here with the yellow tag is Miley's calf. That one out there, that one there is one I'm a little bit more proud of. Her mother has Pharaoh genetics, and she was sired by our Pharaoh bull that's here now. So that one there will be bred. Miley's calf may just be processed out. If you remember, she's a donor from the Amish bull jumping the fence. She's very tall. She's almost as tall as Miley already. Whereas where the other one's keeping her shortness, and I like that. I also like her genetics. So what I've done is I've stuck some hay back here in this little calf shed, clear in the back, and I'm keeping it in there because we've got a few days of rain coming. So by keeping the hay in there, it'll keep it dry. The calves can go in there and eat. They stay dry, but yet whenever they need to see mom, they can come out here and just look across the field. So I'm going to do an update on this in a few more days and kind of keep everybody up to date on how this two-stage weaning has worked. So here we are at day 7. Boy, let me tell you how things have changed in the last 2 days. The main thing that's changed in the last couple days is the bawling. I've been up here a little while this morning, and I have yet to hear one peep out of these two. At this time, the herd is, if you see those fence stakes on the top of the hill there, they are just on the other side of that fence, and they actually have access back over to here where they're getting to their water. So I've been feeding them at a distance away from these two the last few days, and my plan is once the bales run out over there, which I think I have, I don't know if you can see them from here, clear over there on the crest of that hill you can see one. I think I've got 5 bales over there. So in the next 3 days I will be moving the herd further back to the back of the farm, and we're going to leave these two up here. I think now after a week we're just going to totally separate everybody from seeing each other, and these two will continue their transition to be weaned, and then in about another week I will get somebody up here to haul them back to my place. So things are looking up. I'm starting to wonder the first couple days. Miley's baby here, the taller of the two, been very, very vocal. She'd been quite the little ball baby, to be honest with you. I actually think that the shorter one would have been less stressed not having this calf with her. It seemed like every time Miley's baby wanted to go back to the back gate and look through the fence and start bawling, this one would stop eating and just go back there and stand with her. So it's just what I've noticed, but like I say, noticing a huge difference in the last 2 days. So that's where things have fallen to this point, and I will be doing another update on this. It is now March 2nd, and today I am glad to say that these two will be going back to my house in a few minutes. I'm waiting on my delivery guy to show up and pick them up, and he's going to haul them up the road to my house. I'm pretty excited about that, but at the same time I got a few nerves going on here. You see, back at my place I've had just one Jersey for 2 years now, and just having him alone, my simple little fence configuration has worked out fine. I'm kind of nervous to how these two are going to react once I release them out of my little holding pen and let them take off into the pasture. I know they've got plenty of energy to burn, and I'm sure they're going to do that once they leave the trailer at my house. So time will tell. I plan to keep a real close eye on them for a few days and see how it goes. Okay folks, today is March 5th. Just 3 days ago, as you just seen, we loaded these heifers on my buddy's trailer and we transferred them here. The one thing that really interested me is when they got off the trailer and they came into my little holding pen, in which at the time I had a gate here. Norm comes running over to see what's going on, and both the calves step off the trailer into the holding pen and come over and sniff Norm. I opened the gate, and this is what blew my mind. I really figured Norm, with this being his turf, would be a little bit more alpha than he was. Miley's calf had no problem pushing this man around. She immediately showed me that she's going to be the boss here, and she's going to run this little herd, and it's going to be her way or no way. But that doesn't mean Mr. Norman isn't bothering them as well, you see, because he wants to mount just about anything that'll hold still. I had my ATV in here the other day, and I noticed Mr. Norm. I turned around just in time and seen him trying to get behind it and mount up on top of it. But where I have the ATV cab on because of winter, he wasn't able to get up on it, luckily, because that would have been awkward to get him all stuck from the ATV and moved to the side. But anyway, he's something else, and you got to keep an eye on him. So let's walk down here. This here's a little shelter. You know, at the farm, up at the lease farm, you know, the cows don't really have any shelter, and we don't really believe in it because, you know, they're able to handle the elements as long as you provide a valley, some woodland, something like that where they can escape the cool wind. I live here on a hill, and there's no escaping it. There is no valleys. You're right out here in it. So what I've done, I've taken a couple cattle panels, looped them up over a couple posts I put in the ground, brace across the top, threw some tarps on it, and hey, they've been using it, so they must be enjoying it. I've also noticed, you know, I'm trying to get this little, I got a little 2-acre pasture here, and I've been trying to work and get on a lot of these trees out here before they start to bud. And you can see my brush pile over here is getting quite large. I've been noticing today that they've been going over and standing close to that and using it as a wind block. I come down here and look at them. They seem to be quite happy here. Haven't heard them be vocal one time yet. Not one peep. Now Norm, on the other hand, he'll come over to the fence and he'll bawl just for no reason. I'll come over and check and he stops. That's just Norm. I can say that in this weaning process, I've gotten to where Miley's calf will let me pet her. Hon. You gonna come out and say hi for the camera? I'm also noticing these bare spots on her where she was rubbing on the post up in the corral at the lease farm. They're starting to grow hair back. So I guess that tells me at the very least the hay she's eating is of quality enough that she's able to maintain body weight and produce hair. That sounds good to me. Doing quite well. Like I said, no bawling. The one thing I've been struggling with, I've noticed in the last couple of days, and I never gave it much thought until I brought them home and everything hit the fan. With Norm, I just have a little 20-gallon tote and a couple 5-gallon buckets of water a day, and he's good. Well, that all changed now that I've got 3 head here drinking water. So now it's about 6 to 8 5-gallon buckets a day. So what I need to do once spring gets here and the weather cooperates is get a spigot back here, make this a little bit easier. It would definitely make a huge difference. So anyway, just wanted to give you kind of a rundown on how the 2-stage weaning worked. You can see everybody's very happy. They look pretty good. I really like this little short fuzzy one. And you can see Norm's a coward and he's going to stay up in the windbreak. Eat the straw I threw down on the ground for bedding. But anyway, that's how it worked, folks. Long term, what I would like to see happen, and I'm not really sure what's going to happen with the bull on the lease farm, but I would like to see him maybe move to a side pasture away from the herd for a few months, so I can take maybe both of these, I don't know, at least the shorter one, back up there. And the only reason I would want to do that is because I've only got 2 acres here, and I'm going to divide it up into 3 sections and try and do some rotational grazing of some sort with 3 head. But at the same time, I don't have the soil fertility here. Sure, cutting down the trees is going to make a huge difference in getting the sun in here, which is a main ingredient in growing grass. But I know the forage is better at the farm. And to breed the shorter one, she needs the best she can get, and that's what I want to do. Is I want her to be bred this fall. So that's kind of my game plans. Downside to it is just 2 days ago we had a burning ban start, so now I got this huge brush pile right in the middle of my little pasture. So I don't know, guess I'll put up with it for a little while, but I'm tempted to come out here about 6 o'clock one night when the burning ban's lifted and say goodbye. Of course, I'll have to put up some poly wire to keep the cattle from running over there. Norm likes to go over there and rub on all the sticks. Don't you, Norm? Huh? Tell him bye, Norm. Say this is Grazing Acres Farm, signing out. Thanks for watching 2-stage weaning, and thanks for bringing me some ladies. Huh? Some company, huh, Norman? No, Norm, you're not gonna hump me. Say goodbye, Norm. You're not mounting me, Norm. You're not mounting me, Norm. No, Norm, no, no, no! I was kidding, he ain't getting me. I was kidding.